Welcome to Stormy Willow, where we explore the paranormal, celebrate the odd, and never trust the living. I'm your host, Sarah, Coven Queen.
And I'm your host, Adele, emotionally soggy.
Oh, that's a good one.
It
Well,
is.
speaking of like being in a coven slash oven and being soggy, it's pretty hot out there.
Yeah, I think we're finally in Leo season and brings the sun. Hot as
Yep,
hell out there, man.
it is hot as hell out there. And then it's so weird because I don't know in your area, Adele, but here kids are going back to school in like 2 weeks
Yeah,
already.
yeah, they're going back, I think, start of August.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they need the
It's like,
AC if they don't have
yeah,
it at home.
it's like it's the end of summer, but it feels like things are really heating up out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, speaking of things that are heating up, things got wild at the Chuck E. Cheese.
I know I used to wild out at the Chuck E. Cheese before they had even.
Well, let me tell you. You ready for our booger news segment? Here we go. You know, it's always sunny in Florida, unless you're a mascot with sticky paws. This week's tale of crime, cheese and chaos, takes us to the magical swamp kingdom where dumb assery flows like sweet tea. We're talking about Florida, folks, but move over, Florida man. There's a new sheriff in town, and he's wearing oversized sneakers and a rat head. Introducing Florida Mouse. All right, we're in Tallahassee, friends, at a Chuck E. Cheese where dozens of kids, high on sugar, tokens, and birthday adrenaline, watched in wide eyed horror as the king of the ball pit was handcuffed and marched out the front door like it was Law and Order Pizza Division. Turns out the mouse wasn't actually Chuck. It was Jermel J. Jones, a part time employee and full time credit card enthusiast. Authorities say that Jones swiped a party guest's card back in June and racked up enough charges to trigger suspicion. So the police had to pay a visit. Officers reportedly tried to make the arrest quietly, but Jones panicked when they said, "Come with me." And Chucky, yes, that's an actual quote, tensed, and then the cuffs came out. And just like that, the big rat suit hit the ground. And, and what did police find under his rat head? The
What?
stolen credit card
He had it in the head.
and a little bonus prize, some weed.
Oh.
So, not a good day for Chucky. So, when asked if he had a medical license for the marijuana, Jones allegedly replied, "I was on my way to get one." As though, that's something you can redeem with enough tickets at the prize counter.
I
So, do
mean,
I have
he was
a ticket
dressed
to buy?
appropriately like he was on his way. I totally believe him.
It's like, do I have enough tokens for my medical marijuana card? So Chuck E. Cheese Corp did issue a statement saying that they've taken appropriate action, which is code for he's fired. But let's be honest, this is the most anyone's talked about Chuck E. Cheese in a while, right? Like since they got rid of the whole animatronic band, I mean, he
I
made
thought
Chuck E.
they,
Cheese back out there.
I legit thought they closed down after COVID.
Right? Me too.
They're still open.
I thought they were just, a place of yesteryear, but
Yeah.
apparently not. So Jones now faces multiple felony charges, but in the court of public opinion, he's already guilty of giving kids a story that they'll bring up in therapy one day. Can you imagine though if that was like your kid's birthday party? Like,
That'd be the best birthday
I
party
think so
ever.
too. Like, you'll be like, do you remember that one birthday whenever Chucky got arrested at Chuck E. Cheese?
And turns out it was your cousin under there.
I think I mean, hey, he was doing a little publicity stunt. Like you said, I thought they were no longer a thing. So, there's that.
Well, they've had to like diversify their business, obviously. Stay afloat. Wow, that's
Oh,
pretty fun.
yeah, it's a good one. I'm just like, this reminds me of something like It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, like
Like,
cricket would be under there. It's like
yes,
cricket. That's what you're up to now.
yes. Well, speaking of staying afloat, are you ready for this week's astrological forecast?
Is it going to be a scorcher?
It is going to be a scorcher. We
Oh,
have Leo heat waves, messy retrograde haze, and one rogue lightning bolt of truth.
mm,
Dun, dun, dun. Well, let's
right.
start with today because it's over. So we made it through this. Today is Sunday, July 27th, where we had a cosmic humidity warning, and boy, did we ever at my house. We had emotional steam rising because the moon is in Cancer, which has you romanticizing your coping mechanisms, which I don't
Okay.
know if that played out for me today. But anyway, forecast is gonna was over attached to comfort objects. Hey, we did a huge deep haul of stuff, so that's definitely hits home here. And there's also a storm warning today. Watch for clingy thoughts disguised as gut feelings. Sometimes, like when you're trying to hold on to stuff, you're like, I have a gut feeling I need to keep this.
But it's not, it's just gas.
Yeah,
You
you just
let it go.
need to
You
let it
release
go.
it.
Release it. Yes. All right, let's start off with our fun Monday already. We have the lightning bolt realizations. So we've got sudden strikes, hot winds. I don't know, maybe Colin. We got Mercury squares Uranus. So things may come out blunter than intended. Forecast, shocking conversation. Caffeine fueled genius or regret to be determined. We have a storm warning. Think before you text. Or you know what? Just don't. Put that phone away. Either way, something unhinged might land beautifully or not. It's
Sounds
up
like
to
an
you.
exciting day to me.
I mean, it depends on how you want to play that card, but do tell.
It's Leo season. It's gonna land. You got this.
Tuesday, we have dramatic high pressure system moving in. You know why? Weather alert. Leo sunburn alert. The moon is in a Leo on Tuesday. So I guess I should say struts into Leo. That would be more appropriate to say.
It
So
would.
you might be feeling spotlight hungry, curtains up kind of energy like Adele feels every day. So our forecast is main character syndrome players. Compliments hit like electrolytes.
We do love good compliments.
She's literally blushed. She's glowing. She's glowing right now. Storm warning. Don't base your self-worth on the Instagram post. Or do. It's Tuesday. It's Leo season. Who cares?
Exactly. Who gives fucking shit?
This whole forecast just sounds like you wrote it, honestly.
Well, I did in the stars, apparently.
Wednesday, hump day, July 20th. Cracked mirrors, crooked roads. Weather, disorienting breezes. Here's our sky vibe. Yep. Mercury officially retrogrades in Virgo. So it's going to be time to misplace your charger, your patience, and maybe your job if you hit reply all. So it's going to be one of those days where things are going to glitch. People are going to glitch. You might feel some deja vu. You might have some nitpicky regrets. So on Wednesday, let's just remember that if you're correcting typos and old journal entries, just stop. You're not well. Everything's fine. You're going to have to just kind of let it go on Wednesday because it's going to be some retrograde energy in the air. And then Thursday, July 31st, our last day of July. Can you believe it? Summer has just gone by so fast. So it's the quiet eye of the storm. Our weather is going to be calm with weird undercurrents. So our sky vibe is going to be a brief moment of lucidity and the Mercury madness. So enjoy that. Forecast good for tying up loose ends or tying a bandana on your head and pretending that you're in a witchy bike gang.
That sounds fun. Let's
I'm
do
going to go with that.
I'm gonna go with that one. We're gonna wear white and black bandanas. That's what we're gonna do. Don't you
Do
feel
it.
that? Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Storm warning, just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's over. That's what makes it even creepier.
Sounds like a horror movie, kind of
That sounds like a
exciting, kind of
that
weak.
sounds like kind of warning, like, what?
It sounds like a threat from
Threatening?
Michael Myers.
Yeah, I'm like, did I just get threatened by the universe?
Like, we're gonna go away for now.
Yeah, that's exactly the vibes I was
We
picking up
will
from that. I,
return
I
with a
don't know about
vengeance.
Thursday. Maybe I don't know, guys. And then Friday, it's somebody's kickoff to their birthday month, August the 1st. What? Woo woo. But we got a meltdown watch. Weather, overheated, and internal thunder.
Mm.
Sky vibe. The moon opposes Pluto. Emotional volcanoes plus control freak meltdowns. I'll be fine. I am not a control freak. So I'll be like, what ifs? That's cool.
Yeah.
Uh Forecast, overshares, power plays, possibly crying in public with flair. Now I have done all three of those things. And then
I
storm
enjoyed
warning.
seeing all of those things.
Storm warning.
Big
Do not
day.
email your ex, not even astrologically. That's a hard word to say. Astrologically. Anyway,
Astrologically.
there it is. There it is. Yeah. So just don't do it. Don't email. Just don't email or text anybody.
Let your past stay in the
Yeah.
past, damn it.
Let's stay in the past, yes. And then finally, we make it to the weekend where we're gonna have fireworks and finger guns. Pew, pew. We've got restless sky sparks. I don't know what that means, but I'm
It
here
means
for
everybody
it.
wants to shoot some fireworks, but it's too dry and
Yeah,
hot.
you can't do it. Sky vibe. The moon enters Sagittarius. You crave a road trip, a risky idea, or at least a new snack.
Mm,
Maybe try that peanut butter and jelly cup. Like whatever.
do
Feel
it.
Forecast, impulse, joy, big feelings, and fun fonts. Like that. Storm warning. If you say YOLO out loud, the planets will hear you and they will respond. So here's our mood index. Sunday through Tuesday, I just need to feel cute and cry a little. Wednesday through Friday, everything's broken, but I'm vibing anyway. And then the weekend, chaos cowboy with a bag of hot fries. So just a little travel tip from the cosmos. Make sure you're packing some patience this week, backup chargers, and a mirror if you can scream into it. Never trust the living, especially during Mercury retrograde. Back to you, Adele.
Well, that sounds so exciting.
So exciting.
Well, I also have an exciting headline today.
Okay.
Might match the vibe.
That's why I'm here.
That's right. Um, so if you remember forever ago, I landed on a cryptid, or
You
you
sure did.
landed on cryptid,
I
but
landed on cryptid, but passed it to you.
so I was passed and assigned cryptid.
You're
I
welcome.
handled with no problem. I have a fun little lesser known cryptid here, and he
Oh,
was born on the bayou.
oh, hell.
Got a Cajun,
Okay.
we got a Cajun queen here.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
So you're-
Born on the bio. Is that what you're going to play, please, when you
yeah,
introduce?
I might. We'll get in trouble, but I'll try it. So you're driving down an old road in New Orleans, real late. No streetlights, no signs, no signal, just you, the hum of your engine, and deafening silence. You think you see eyes, low to the ground, red like brake lights. Something crosses the road fast, wrong shaped. Is it a dog? A goat? A gator?
Oh.
Or is it the Grunch?
I'm sorry, the grunge or the grunch? Like a
The
grunch.
Grunch, like Grunch.
Like the Grinch and a crunch.
Right. Like the
Grunch.
Grinch, but with a U.
I've never heard of the grunch.
I had never heard of the Grunch either until recently, obviously, since I am doing a story on the Grunch.
You're an expert. Let's do talk about the grunge.
All right, so this creature blends urban legend, backwoods terror, and a whole lot of Cajun chaos.
shit.
So some call it New Orleans' answer to chupacabra.
Okay, wow, that's a pretty big, big claim. Okay.
Others say it's the devil baby's revenge, and we'll get into that story. But
Okay.
around here, it's known by one name, the Grunch.
Okay.
All right, so what is the Grunch exactly?
Tell us.
Well, if you ask 10 different people in New Orleans, you'll get 10 different answers. And
Okay.
all of them are unsettling. Um, Eyewitnesses and oral legends describe it as a grotesque hybrid that's part goat, part reptile, part something kind of demonic. So, a rather interesting looking creature, right? So picture a creature the size of a large dog, but like
Okay.
walking on all fours or sometimes upright like a human. So
That's
I
nice.
guess it's kind of versatile.
It's nice to be a hybrid like that.
Yeah. So its body is said to be leathery and scaly like an alligator, which makes sense for the habitat, right?
Yeah, I mean that checks.
But with long goat-like legs. That's kind of odd. And cloven hooves.
Oh, that sounds evil.
Yeah, and always, always glowing red eyes that pierce the dark like taillights in the mist. So they have that like spooky kind of glow like taillights.
Yeah, that's pretty far out.
Yeah. And some accounts claim it screeches like a banshee. Others say it makes no sound at all, just a sudden, sickening silence before it strikes.
Oh no, I think I want a warning. Or do
Yeah,
I?
I don't know.
Maybe I don't. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and its thing is kind of like chupacabra. It's a blood drainer. Like
Nice.
so, or often found with a single puncture wound, completely exsanguinated. So that means like drinking all the blood out of the specimen, I guess, or victim's
So if it's got
bones.
2 bites, it's definitely a vampire, but one, it's the Grunch.
It's the Grunch. If it's three, it might be the chupacabra.
See, now, whenever we officially go in business and I take a call, I'm gonna know. I'm like, how many bite marks? We're dealing with the case of the Grunch.
Okay, yep, that is not Chupra. That is the Grunch, and it is not those New Orleans vamps. Stop picking
No,
those
don't
guys.
even. We already did a story about how awesome they are, and it's not. But you know what? It makes me kind of want talking about this. It makes me want a Nestle's Crunch.
I thought you were gonna say a po' boy.
I mean, I feel like that's such an underrated candy, a Nestle's Crunch. Sorry, guys. I just really want a Crunch bar since you're talking about a Grunch.
Oh, I see. Well, go
Crunch.
get yourself a. And this episode is brought to you by Nestle Crunch.
Yes. We have a new sponsor now, Bojangles, even though I did have a delightful gravy biscuit this morning.
Mmm. I forgot about their gravy biscuits.
On point, man.
They got it going on.
Mom said that they were lined up out the door.
They just opened one in Colorado.
Oh, you gonna make a road trip?
I might have to.
What are you doing this weekend?
The
Going to
beautiful
Colorado?
scenery and campsites and skiing won't get me there, but maybe Bojangles will.
You're like, I go to Colorado all the time now. Oh, why? You like you're hiking a new trail? No, there's a Bojangles.
There's a fucking Bojangles there.
You like freeze dry their biscuits. Like you order so much, they're like, man.
But like, can I just get some of the biscuits from the freezer to cook at home?
They should do that. They really
Maybe they should. Like, who is it? Giordano's or whatever, where you can
Yes,
get their actual deep dish pizzas.
they should do it. I'm just saying, there's a market there.
Just saying.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Back to the Grunch.
People say it can move at supernatural speeds and it's very stealthy, so it's said to move faster than your eye can track. So that's great. And it disappears without a trace. So you might be like looking at it and then suddenly it's just gone, like in a blink of an eye. It also has a hypnotic presence. Some say they froze in fear when it locked eyes with them, like they were mentally paralyzed.
Oh no.
So I don't know, maybe it's
Vampire trance. Like, what is happening? Like, what?
Yeah.
Why is this so much like a vampire?
it's kind of giving me vampire vibes, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the master vampire. Because they always look kind of freaky and not really human anymore. Maybe it's a master vamp.
That's why you, if
Loved
you
it.
get All right, that's gonna be our theory. We got
It's
an
an acid
11
vamp.
story. 40.
All right. So also behaviors. So it doesn't just kill, it hunts.
Nice.
Often described as lurking near roadways, hiding in the brush, or stalking livestock on the outskirts of town. Reports suggest it's more active at night and especially during storms because why not?
Okay.
All right, so unlike the chupacabra, which is more animalistic, the Grunch is believed to possess a cruel intelligence. So it's not
Mm,
just like a savage dog or something. Witnesses often say it watches them with something more than hunger, with purpose.
ew.
All right, but you can't talk about New Orleans without talking about its rich roots, right?
No.
So to understand the Grunch and where it came from, we need to go back.
Okay,
We're
let's go back.
talking early 1800s.
Okay.
All right, so right around the time of the Louisiana Purchase, when New Orleans was less Bourbon Street and more anything goes frontier. So this was a place shaped by contradiction. It was colonized and yet rebellious. It was devout and yet occult. It was refined and yet lawless. And it's in this murky gumbo of cultures. You have French, Spanish, African, and indigenous groups all melting, like
Yeah.
the melting pot the United States is.
Like a stew gumbo.
Exactly. So, um, yeah, so that's kind of like the seeds of the Grunch legend first took root, kind of in this mix of all these different cultures. And while we're at it, let's pause for a second on the word Creole, because
Okay.
that always comes up with New Orleans, right? So it comes from the Portuguese criollo, a term for someone born in the colonies rather than the mother country. So the French gave it their own spin, and in Louisiana, it evolved into something richer. So by the 1800s, Creole meant local born folks with French, Spanish, African, or even Caribbean roots.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. So it wasn't just an ethnicity, it was an identity. It was shaped by colonizers and the colonized, expressing their cultures through food, language, faith, and stories,
Whoa.
especially stories. So, in a place with limited literacy and strong spiritual roots, oral storytelling was more than entertainment, it was education. And it was even like things that were a lot of times morality tells, warnings, supernatural boundaries. And some believe the Grunch legend may have begun as one of those kind of whispered stories meant to keep people, especially children, from wandering too far off the road or into the swamp.
That makes sense.
Um, and others think the creature was born out of the natural fear of the swamp itself.
Well,
It's
I think swamps are pretty scary.
right, it's remote, it's dangerous, and home to very real threats like alligators, snakes, and
Ugh.
let's be honest, men with bad intentions.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
so maybe it was just, it originally started as a cautionary tale,
Nothing good ever comes out of a swamp. Let's just be real.
right? And then there's also Grunch Road.
Of course. Okay.
Of course. So now here's where the myth meets the map. Grunch Road was a real remote shell road on the outskirts of eastern New Orleans. And it was near what is now the Little Woods neighborhood.
The little woods.
Little Woods. It was isolated, poorly lit, and surrounded by thick bayou brush, and it's said to have been a popular dumping ground for unwanted animals, like feral
Oh,
dogs, goats, you
no.
name it. So some say that over time, these animals became the first grunches, twisted by
Oh,
abuse, isolation, and maybe something darker. Others say the road itself was cursed. Either way, this stretch of road gave the creature its name and its home base. So that's kind of why it's called the Grunch, after Grunch Road, which has
hmm.
kind of a creepy, sounds like, past.
Yeah, I would say.
But then we get into other fun things. Speaking of stories, lore, oral traditions. There's also this story of the devil baby, which
Okay,
top
yes.
of the show. This is a super abbreviated story. Like this could probably be nearly a feature itself. But in short, it involves Marie Laveau, of all people.
Oh, oh, hell.
So if you know anything about New Orleans lore, you've heard the name Marie Laveau, the original voodoo queen, in case you didn't
Yes.
know. She was a real person. She was born in the early 1800s and became one of the most powerful and feared figures in the city.
Yeah. I think, did we cover her before? I feel like she got, if we didn't completely cover her, I feel like she got an honorable mention.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about her. I'm not sure if we've had a
Yeah.
full length
Yeah.
episode just on
That's a good
her.
one.
But yeah, she's a fascinating woman. She was a free woman of color, a devout Catholic, and a spiritual practitioner. So she walked the line between two worlds, church and ritual, public and secret, and reality and the paranormal.
Yeah.
So depending on who you asked, she healed the sick, hexed her enemies, and ruled the city's spiritual underground from behind a veil of mystery and incense. So naturally, if a story involves demons, curses, or something unnatural
She's
slinking
involved.
through the shadows, her name tends to show up. So, allegedly. One particular wild legend claims that Marie Laveau took in a child, the devil baby of New Orleans, and the baby was monstrous. It had red eyes, razor sharp teeth, and shrieked like a banshee. Sounds kind of
Oh,
familiar, huh? And fearing it would grow up to father more evil, she allegedly castrated the devil baby.
oh, oh dear.
And from those severed parts sprang the first two Grunches, one male and one female, fully formed, fully cursed. But it's just yeah, just let that sink in for a minute. That's one outrageous lore story about the origin of
That's
the Grunch.
that's a tough pill to swallow.
Right? Just completely wild. So yeah, that's one really out there, just kind of local lore. And of course, it, ties in Marie Laveau. So that's one theory on how these originated. But the local legends, the thing about the Grunch is it doesn't stay in one story. It wanders through neighborhoods, decades, and dinner table retellings. So there's like a lot of local little spin-off stories involving these creatures. It presents flickers in and out of New Orleans history like headlights in the fog. And here are some of the most chilling and oddly specific moments locals have linked to this creature. So first we have the Chalmette Devil. I think I'm saying that right. One of the most chilling Grunch encounters on record occurred during the Civil War. So this is when a group of Confederate soldiers camped along the bank of the Mississippi were savagely attacked by a horned demon, quote unquote. They that it seemed to have just materialized out of the swamp, is what they claimed. The soldiers managed to drive the beast off with a volley of rifle fire, but not before two men were torn to pieces. Uh,
Now, that's a twist. That's a Civil War twist I want to see. Like, we've talked about living in the South, growing up in the South. Like, how many times we talked about the Civil War in school. I like watch the blue and the gray. Like, I want to see this. I want to see this story.
yeah, and it kind of, as a South Carolina native, it makes me think of Swamp Fox at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just seems like a lot of people were very, very superstitious, and there were, I don't know, people I suspect were just humans or creatures that just, you can tell where the stories began of these monsters out in this, like,
Right.
still pretty new continent, really, in the grand scheme of things. Even in
That's
Civil
true.
War, we haven't been here that long.
Yeah.
There's still a lot. I mean, we had just purchased Louisiana. like,
Exactly.
or like, yeah, so it's just, to me, I think it's exciting in that it kind of is reflective of the frontier of America pioneers, even though it's horrible what they,
Oh
the
yeah, for sure.
colonialism's just awful, but there's still that excitement of a new world, something completely unexplored. Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of scary too.
Oh my God. Yes. Like
Throw a
imagine
war on top of
exploring
it.
like yeah. I can't imagine how what that might feel like to explore a brand new world.
Yeah, like that's already scary on top of being
That'd be
in a
scary.
war. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. But anyway, yeah, so allegedly, even some Confederate soldiers during the Civil War had a confrontation with this creature. Um, but allegedly, the incident was hushed by the Confederate Army, but whispered of, and that there was a Chamlet devil that's still out there and would haunt the region for decades to come.
Hmm.
So I don't know. As if there weren't enough things to be afraid of at that point in history.
Right. Can you imagine like the age of these kids, pretty much,
Yeah,
out there anyway, like how horrible that must I don't know. I don't even know how
right.
to process all of that.
Woo. And then moving straight ahead into 1909,
All
the
right.
streetcar incident. So
Oh
that's also
no.
fun, just jumping that far ahead into.
Yeah, time.
So it was late spring in 1909 when a streetcar rattling along the edge of town near St. Bernard Parish, it suddenly screeched to a halt. The conductor claimed a hunched gray creature darted in front of the car, small and fast with glowing eyes. Passengers were shaken not just by the sudden stop, but by what followed: a power outage across several blocks and whispers that something had been stalking the area. One elderly rider later told her granddaughter she felt, quote, a presence on the streetcar, like something had gotten on but never got off.
Oh.
No official report mentions the creature, but that stretch of track was rerouted the following year. Coincidence or not, I don't know. And then there's also Algiers. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. The Algiers pet disappearances in 1970s.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
this might sound like a pet cemetery situation coming
I
at us.
I don't know about that. We'll
Okay.
see. I don't think they come back.
Okay. Okay.
I think they just go missing. So in the 1970s, family in the Algiers neighborhood started noticing something strange. Pets were vanishing from fenced-in yards, even.
Oh no.
So first it was a couple of goats from a small urban farm, right? Not too suspicious.
Like they probably got out something.
Or coyotes, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then a few dogs, and then cats, and people obviously blamed coyotes until one morning a man named Curtis Boudreaux walked outside to find his pit bull lying in the grass, stiff as a board.
Oh no, he had the one spot.
Yeah, there was no blood, just a single precise puncture to the neck. So Curtis said he saw movement in the brush the night before, something low to the ground with red eyes. I would immediately bring my dog in.
Why did you leave him out
But
there?
we're going to assume it's 1970s in the bayou and it's just a dog. It's not a
That's
part of
true.
the family.
Okay, they're not
Okay.
all infants, I guess.
So we're not going to try to judge Curtis for being part of his time.
Fine. Fine, Adele. Thank you for that.
But yeah, anyway, Curtis,
I'm judging Curtis a little bit.
there was some strange activity on like around his property, and animal control dismissed it, but locals had another name for what was roaming the levees.
Hulkamania.
It was the Grunch.
Oh no,
It
Hulkamania.
wasn't Hulkamania. Kids were told not to walk home alone. Even mailmen started carrying extra flashlights. I've never known they
Oh,
carried a first one,
yeah.
much less
Oh
an
no.
extra one.
I'm gonna
But
tell you, there's just not enough support for the mail carrier, like what they put up with. Poor little
right,
thing.
they do. And the heat.
And the freezing,
And
and
the
dogs that get out and get them. Like, it's a lot.
it's a lot. So
Just
thank you.
leave. I have a little sticker in my mailbox that says thank you.
I do too.
You do?
Yeah.
Look it
Well,
up. Aren't we
Amanda
nice?
did it.
Oh, I was about to say, you did it?
I don't
You
do
see
cute
my
stuff.
shock?
I'm not the only one who lives here, okay? Anyway, the glowing red eyes in this aspect remind me more of the Mothman. So there are also sightings post Katrina, like sightings during the Civil War and post Katrina. It's kind of catastrophic times. Could be
Ah.
just my observation. So in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, entire neighborhoods were left abandoned, silent, gutted, and overgrown. Like we know how devastating that was. If you young folks were around for that. If not, it was truly horrific, and people were trapped for days, and it was awful. Um, and that's when the story started again. So, relief workers claimed to hear screams at night, but not human ones. Flashlights would catch glints of red in the distance. One group clearing debris near Little Woods swore they saw something watching them from a crumbled house. Its body slouched like a man, but its head not quite right. So they called out, it didn't run, then it just vanished, right? Typical Grunch. And locals say the Grunch thrives on chaos, that it waits for the veil to thin, whether through trauma, disaster, or darkness. And after Katrina, the veil was practically gone. It was a bad time in New Orleans. And it's never fully recovered from it, honestly. So yeah, that makes me think more Mothman kind of stuff. But let's get into theories and speculations. I mean, we all know the story with Marie Laveau and the castration must be where it came from, actually.
Oh,
But let's hear some of the actual theories. Um, what could it really be? Could it be a blood drinking swamp demon, a mutant goat, or just a tale about staying away from the swamp and danger? Let's explore some ideas. So, of course, we're in New Orleans, the deep south. Of course, it could be inbred albino people. That
what?
that's one. That's one theory that it's a clan of inbred albinos.
I don't know about that.
This
That's a
is
little far-fetched.
this is one of the more persistent
Why did it have to be
legends
albino?
because it's the deep south. And it will make sense. Maybe they go underground, don't get sunlight. So, one of the more persistent urban legends claims that the Grunch weren't monsters to begin with, they were people, an isolated group of albino individuals said to have
Oh,
been.
that's told me.
What's that?
They keep calling they have to be albinos.
An isolated group of albino individuals said to have been driven into hiding by discrimination. So, people just kind of pushed
Oh,
to the edge of society, right? And forced to the outskirts. And they supposedly retreated into the swamps and back roads, forming their own hidden community deep along Grunch Road. It's kind of sound like Haunchyville too, right? Like all the carnies that went really deep into the woods, away from
yeah.
society. And over generations, the story goes, inbreeding and secrecy warped their appearance and behavior, which absolutely is possible. I mean,
Sad but
we
true.
we know that happens in the Appalachians. There's entire
Yeah.
families like
True.
this, and they do start to have physical deformities and look a little different, as well as cognitive deformities as well from the inbreeding. Okay, um, so it's possible they became violent, territorial, and maybe even cannibalistic. That seems like the stretch to me. But
Yeah.
okay, that's this there again. That's just the lore at this point. I don't, for one second, think this is true. But
Yeah.
but the idea is they became violent, territorial, and maybe even cannibalistic. And somewhere along the line, they blurred into myth, transforming from tragic outcasts into bloodthirsty creatures. And whether this is based on truth or bigotry or both, it's a prime example of how folklore can turn marginalization into monstrosity. Uh,
Very true.
so, yeah, I do think there could have been maybe a group of people who were odd looking or somehow didn't fit in. Like, who knows? But yeah, I think it tracks that it could be a group of outcasts that maybe really did live deep in this area and maybe
Right.
started about them. Who knows? Like that sounds on the nose to me with Southern tall tales about people who are just kind of social outcasts and then they become monsters over time.
Right.
But if we're
Kind of
talking,
like Soap Sally and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but my thing is, if this is a real creature, like I don't understand how they would evolve into feeding that way, right? Like that doesn't sound human, and no inbreeding in the world, I think, could suddenly make you a blood sucker.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. I just think that might be a mean story that originated from some social outcasts. And I don't think it has anything to do with the Grunch at this point, unless they've just morphed into that monster. But
Yeah.
I don't know. One other one is that it's just a cryptid cousin of the Chupacabra,
Okay.
the Cajun cousin. So while the Chupacabra may have more fame, the Grunch is arguably more theatrical. Um, so both drain blood
That's his
through.
redneck cousin.
Yeah, right.
That's his Travis
It's the Travis Chupa,
family. I mean, even Sheepa has them, man.
right? I
That's
mean,
that's it. That's my story, and I am sticking to
you think
it.
it's the Cajun cousin?
I think it's the Cajun cousin.
I think a lot of people seem to believe that because they do have some similarities. So the Grunch, obviously they both leave a puncture wound of some sort from drinking the blood.
That's because he only has one tooth.
Right?
And I can say it, guys, because we're from the South, so we're laughing
can.
together.
Okay, so it's the Chupra missing some teeth.
Okay, I want to make a little kid story called Travis and the Cajun cousin.
Travis, or is it
Travis and the Grunch.
do it? Do it.
And
So, okay. So they both seem to feed similarly,
yeah,
and they both go for livestock.
yep.
The Grunch has personality. It has goat legs, it has demon eyes, and an aura of haunted intelligence. So,
Yeah.
it's a smarter southern cousin.
Yeah.
It's part animal, part villain, and part spirit of the swamp. So, I don't know. To me, honestly, like I said, some of the elements remind us, or at least me, of Mothman. But right, if it is a cousin, we don't know who it's mixed with. Could it
True.
be a hybrid crossbreed of other creatures? Because also the goat head, I know it's not quite Jersey Devil, but some of it makes me think Jersey Devil. The leathery body, the more goat-like kind of
I
face,
think it could be a crossbreed. I think it could be a cousin. I'm getting cousin energy.
right? I think it could be a cousin. Some theorists say the Grunch is a regional variant of the Chupacabra, just soaked in Louisiana flavor, if you will.
Oh, yeah. Cajun spice.
Yeah. So others say it's a whole different beast entirely, one born not of science, but of fear and folklore. So I don't know. I think
I mean,
it,
that could be argued for all the cryptids, I guess.
right? So I don't know. It definitely does have some qualities that sound like Chupacabra as well as some other of our favorite cryptids. Um, let's see. And others say maybe it's just a different kind of paranormal entity because of all the voodoo in that area.
I
So
mean, that could be right too.
given, yeah,
Could have
maybe it's a
created
demon,
something.
something conjured. So,
That's
given its ties specifically to Marie Laveau and the Devil Baby, some believe the Grunch isn't a creature at all, that it's a spiritual servitor. Maybe it was conjured by somebody. So, maybe it's a byproduct of ritual magic gone sideways. So, think like tulpas, but with hooves, or like things that you conjure, things that you create, through witchcraft. And maybe it's created intentionally or not even intentionally, just through the generations of fear, storytelling, and belief. Maybe it's become real through the power of that belief, even. Um, so the more people whisper about it, the more real it becomes. Maybe even
yeah.
us talking about it right now has people focusing
Feeds
on it
it.
more, which makes
Yeah.
it more real.
Very true.
And it doesn't just haunt Grunch Road. Maybe it is Grunch Road itself, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it
Interesting.
could be this whole other thing. But I think most people consider it at least just a cautionary tale, if nothing more, right? So finally, what if the Grunch was never meant to be literal? What if it was born to serve a purpose to keep children close and to explain what can't be explained, to give shape to danger in a world full of it? So maybe it's just kind of a symbol to represent a lot of the
It
bad things that could happen to you in the swamp at night.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, definitely want to scare some little ones from, or even big ones from,
Yeah,
from heck going out in that area. There's a lot of dangers for real. So
yeah. So no
the
matter what,
alligator doesn't scare you enough, then maybe this
the
will.
Grunch will. Yeah, so I don't know. Even if it maybe started as a cautionary tale, it's at least now through generations and through the blend of cultures become an entity known as the Grunch.
I mean,
So
let's face it, those folks in that area don't scare too easy. Like with all the crazy animals and wildlife that they have, like
yeah,
they had to think of something creative to maybe keep people safe.
yeah, right. So no matter what, Grunch or otherwise, I wouldn't go off
Don't go to
into don't go near the swamps at night.
don't do it. Or during the day. Just don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it in the day either, but especially at night, man. Like, just be
No.
careful.
Yeah, don't do swamps,
Be
guys.
mindful of your settings. It's what
Yes,
this story is about.
absolutely. That's a good one. I've never heard of this.
I didn't expect to find such rich details about it as well.
Me either.
That one's such really
Regardless of what it
great blend of
is,
folklore and cryptid.
it's a very good story. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, now that we've cleared the board, we have to spin the wheel again.
Yeah, we're back with a full wheel.
Yeah, so let me share that. So you have bases loaded pretty much. You have all the topics back up here. So let's
All
see
right, all
what
right.
you're going to be covering next
Let's
time. And we have
see.
the next state, which is Arizona,
Arizona,
already up
yeah.
here. So let's see. What will it be? It can't be another cryptid unless you want it. No, you
You want to
passed it
spin
last time.
again since we just did it.
We're going to spin again. We don't want two cryptids in a row. The wheel's supposed to keep it fresh.
That's right.
Ooh, I think you might got your favorite.
I got lore.
All right, you got lure.
I love it. I love a good lore.
So we'll be back next time with a lore story.
Yeah, we will. Adele, thank you. That was a great story.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Imaginations of Louisiana, as well.
Yeah, for sure. I love it.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, it was really fun. And not like you said, like I wonder how many people have heard of it before this. So
I mean, yeah, I had never heard of it. I don't even remember how I stumbled upon it. Probably TikTok or something.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was great. Well, guys, as we say here on our podcast, just a reminder to please stay safe out there, friends,
Stay curious.
and never trust the living.
Living. It's true.
Very true. Don't do it.
When was the last time a dead person caused you harm?
Hmm. It's true.
Now
Facts.
somebody's going to be like, actually, I had a dead body fall on
Actually,
me and make me
sure.
break my hip. We're
Please
just
don't make fun
kidding.
of
Okay. Don't tell
us.
jokes like that.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
maybe
no,
do. I don't
no.
know.
Oh, well, just like this week with all the Leo energy.
The Leo energy will carry you through. It's going to
Leo,
be chaotic mess, but you're going to be the action star.
right.
I
Taking it
winked
from
for those.
Leo right there.
Yep. You got this.
Oh gosh. All right, you guys. Have a great week. We'll be back next week with a new story.
Later, taters.